Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, August 3rd. Thank you for joining us again. Cooled outside. Incredible weather. 67 degrees, high today 92. Not bad, a lot better than I think it was last week when it was about 142 degrees at this time. We're so glad that you're with us. Grab a cup of coffee. Join us for news, weather, and sports for the next 30 minutes. And then we have a special local guest because the doctor's in the house.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, it's a beautiful morning. Hello, I'm Sarah DeLangel. We are coming to you live in over 14,000 homes here in Enid and also around the globe via the internet. This is Good Morning Enid.
And it's time to rise and shine. Out on the farm, it's wide open space, it's clear, you can see all the bright.
Oklahoma received a Real ID extension through June 2017.
Yes, friendly competition, and we won. The City of Enid won.
You'll just want to show up at 4:30, but we do encourage you to purchase a
A ton of stuff going on here at the Central National Bank Center. Come on down.
Just send us an email, and we'll be happy to share.
Hello.
Hey, Derek. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
It's Thursday again. You know what that means?
Yes, sir.
It's time to rise and shine.
I'm on my way.
Good morning, Jamara.
Good morning. I'm on my way.
Good morning, Brooke.
Good morning. I'm on my way.
If you're keeping track, it's 7:31, 29 minutes all the way to 8 o'clock if you have to be at the office or wherever you have to be. Sarah, it's good to see you again. How's your week going?
So far, so good. The weather's been really nice, so no complaint.
Because August is usually hot enough to melt tires on your car. You know, it's just so hot. Man, this is really great. Because right now it's 67 under mostly clear skies. For our pilot friends out of Vance, our winds are out of the south-southeast at 4 miles per hour. And if you're planning for the day, again, it's 92 degrees is supposed to be the high. I wonder what the temperature is in Godibo, Oklahoma. If you have not been to Godibo, Oklahoma, southwest part of the state, there you go, 69 degrees right now. And you can see Choteau is 64 in the northeast part of the state. Have you been to Marietta?
Have not yet.
They have a catfish farm.
Really?
Down in Marietta, yes.
Nice.
They do a lot of commercial catfish farms down that way. And Hardesty out in the Panhandle. So, Penn, thank you for giving us our statewide temps. And I heard some rain was coming for the 3-day forecast, Sarah.
Yes,
1
yes.
to 4 inches of rain. Wow, that's a lot of water.
Yes, definitely. As you can see, we have some showers this weekend, but some really nice temperatures again this weekend. So it's definitely going to be a nice one.
Okay, well, we have a really packed show for you this morning. Dr. Maya Bass is with us once again in a return visit, talking about how we can get ready for school or the kids ready for school. But before all of that, we've got the bow tie guy, Derek Silas, and to keep us updated on all the news that happened overnight here at 7:33, here is the Oklahoma Minute.
Oklahoma received a Real ID extension through June 2017. And Oklahoma natives and country music.
In state news, State Superintendent Joe Hoffmeister declared Tuesday a joyful day after a criminal case against her and 4 other defendants was dismissed. And according to the Tulsa World, Oklahoma could be in for its most crowded and entertaining governor's race than more than 30 years. 12 people have registered gubernatorial campaigns with the Oklahoma Ethics Commission. And in local news, Enid City Commission approved several ordinances for rezoning projects for Stonebridge East, an equipment storage yard, and Stewart Nissan car dealership. Meadow Lake Golf Course will host the 44th annual Wheat Capital Golf Tournament this weekend. That's August 5th and 6th. And Enid Transit features Dog's Days of Summer. And this is a fun fact in Oklahoma. The first Boy Scout troop in the United States was formed in Pawhuska, Oklahoma in 1909. And on this day in history, in 1949, after a damaging 3-year battle to win both players and fans, the rival Basketball Association of America and National Basketball League merged to form the NBA, known as the National Basketball Association. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to the round table.
Thank you very much, Derek. We want to remind you guys, if you guys ever want to email us suggestions, comments, or want to share birthdays with us, we do have an email. You can contact us at gme@enid.org, and we actually have a special birthday picture today that we are sharing with you. I'll let Steve say a little bit more about that.
Yes, that is, I have two much older sisters, and that's Kathy. Kathy had a birthday yesterday, so Kathy, we know that you watch our live stream through the internet, and she's real faithful to watch us every week. She's been doing it for years, so we want to say happy birthday to Kathy. Her day was yesterday. So again, like Sarah said, if you have a birthday, big event, swimming pool party, whatever in the backyard, grandson or granddaughter pictures, send them to gme@enid.org.
Yes, happy birthday, Kathy, and also to go over some really special events, here is Brooke.
You'll just want to show up at 4:30, but we do encourage you to purchase a ticket because there won't be that many contestants.
Good Morning Enid. Tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m., we will have the Oak Ridge Boys with their celebration tour right here in the C&B Center Arena. Tickets are available, so if you don't have anything to do tomorrow night, we hope to see you here. Tickets start at just $35 each, and we have a barbecue dinner before the event, and you can still make it to that also. So we hope to see you here tomorrow night for the Oak Ridge Boys celebration tour. On Saturday, August 26th, returning here we have the Gala of the Royal Horses. This is a great event for the entire family, and tickets start at just $22 each. Now looking into December, on December 7th, we have Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. And we've got group discounts available for this event with a dinner before the show also. So if you're looking for something to do or a great gift for the holiday season, you can get tickets for Mannheim Steamroller by Chip Davis. Now we also have an announcement on Monday. So you want to tune into local radio stations, check out our Facebook page, or go to our website to find out what event will be coming here this fall. Thanks, and back to you in the studio, Sarah and Steve.
Good job, Brooke. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's 7:37, holding steady at 67 degrees. And it's going to be a golf course kind of day, slight breeze, but 92 degrees. So you play golf, Sarah?
I don't. I miniature golf, if that counts.
Okay, well, yeah, that counts. I love to play golf, just don't make time to do so. Well, as you know, our community continues to grow. In the news, or the Oklahoma Minute, Derek shared with you some of the changes going on in the rezonings, and that's all part of the economic development that's taking place in the Enid community. And so Enid definitely is on the move, and we have a video to kind of highlight some of the changes that are taking place here in Enid, Oklahoma.
What about if you're just starting, you're thinking about saving money?
Good morning, Enid. 7:39 on this Thursday, August 3rd. I just can't believe it's already August. That means back to school.
Right.
Now, your little one is not, what, not even kindergarten yet?
No, he's not.
He's still...
He's itty bitty. He's, well, I don't know, itty bitty, but he's one. But he is going to daycare, so I always call that or refer to that as school.
You bet, absolutely. Well, I've got a grandson. Whoa, that will be in the 4th grade. And so our special guest this morning at the round table is a return visit from Dr. Maya Bass. Dr. Bass, welcome back. It's good to have you.
It's good to be back.
And appreciate you being here. Dr. Bass, I was doing some research for our visit this morning, and I want to read this, get this right. It says, all children 2 months of age and older must present a immunization record. Boy, that's a $2 word, isn't it? Immunization. Or file for an exemption before they are allowed to attend child care or school in Oklahoma. All children 2 months of age. Okay, that's the requirement. My question is, why, what's so special about 2 months
Right, so
of age and older?
yeah, immunization, so that's that bigger word for getting your children up to date on their shots. We start those vaccinations at 2 months of age. So typically they'll get their first one either in the hospital or within that first month, and then the rest of the shots really happen every 2 months for the first 6 months of their life. Yeah.
So 2 months of age, is that pretty standard within the U.S.?
Yep, that's very standard. Actually, the CDC has come up with a pretty standardized vaccine schedule for the entire country. And 2 months is when we really do start. It's got a lot to do with the child's immune system and its ability to use those vaccines to help to protect it against diseases. The difference is that each state gets to decide what vaccines are actually required to go to school versus recommended.
Okay. So how does this requirement affect daycare centers?
In Oklahoma, registered daycare centers do require vaccination. So they have to be up to date on their vaccines for whatever age group they are when starting that daycare.
Regarding the vaccines, I remember talking to my daughter over the weekend. She was talking about getting all the records prepared so she can get her, son in school there in Norman. But what are the vaccines that are recommended? You said it varies from state to state. They determine which vaccines are required.
Right.
So what would be the standard requirement that impact children?
Yeah, so in Oklahoma, you're required to be up to date on 8 vaccines before you start grade school. So that's
8?
8, yes.
Okay.
So that's the DTaP, which
Is that 8 shots?
There are combination vaccines available, so it's not usually all 8, and you don't get all 8 necessarily at once.
Okay.
It depends as they get older.
Okay.
But those shots include the DTaP shots that protects you against diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough, hepatitis A and B, the MMR vaccine, so that's measles, mumps, and rubella, a shot against the pneumonia, polio, and then also the chickenpox shot. Yeah. And so all of those are required before heading into grade school in Oklahoma. Other states require other ones, and Oklahoma is a little bit more strict, needing the hepatitis B.
Before Sarah asks the next question, what would be the difference? Let's go back 50 years. That would date me a little bit, but what would be the big difference of me going to grade school way back then to today? Are there more shots? Undoubtedly, there's more information. But what would be the main difference?
Yeah, so definitely more shots now. We've actually, medical science has continued to grow, and we've been able to protect more and more kids against more and more common illnesses. And the other big thing is that before the 1970s, smallpox still existed, and so people were still getting the smallpox vaccine. Yeah. We stopped having to do that in the 70s. Okay. And we stopped actually having cases of polio, although we still vaccinate against it.
The reason I asked that, I just remember a couple shots way back when,
right.
Before I went to school. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
What facilities would you recommend for a child to receive their vaccines?
Yeah, so your pediatrician or family practice office can give your vaccinations. I work at Great Salt Plains Health Center, and we do all vaccinations for our child patients. But you can also go to the health department.
Let's raise the age a little bit, Dr. Bass. And let's talk a little bit about the requirements for a college student. I think so many times our emphasis is on grade school kids and toddlers, whatever term that we want to use. But tell us about college students. Is there an expectation there?
Yeah, so there is an extra vaccine that you get usually around age 11 and 12, and then a booster around 14 to 16, and that's for colleges, the meningococcal vaccine, and that's the vaccine that protects against meningitis. That's very important before going to college to have. You also do need to be up to date on all your other vaccines that you needed for grade school, specifically MMR and Hep B are definitely asked for in college.
Who's keeping track of all of this? I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy with you telling all this stuff to do, but who's keeping track and the age? Is it up to mom?
No.
Or the doctor? Yes.
I hope not.
Yeah, so the CDC is a great website that really goes through all the different options of vaccinations, and your own Oklahoma Health Department here has a website, has an entire page just on immunizations.
Okay.
It has great information for parents and things like that, what your child should expect, and even a perfect chart where it tells you, okay, my kid's going to this grade, I need to be getting this shot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, and
Way
and your
to help.
doctor knows. Like,
Okay.
ask your doctor.
Okay.
They do know.
All right, very good.
So in 5 years from today, when I forget everything
Yeah.
that you just said, what is the best way to go about finding out the rules on immunization?
Yeah, for Oklahoma, www.ok.gov/health. That website gets you to your health department's basically general page, and then there's a link on the side that'll get you to the diseases prevention, which will get you to their vaccine, and that has everything there. I was really impressed. Lots of great information for parents about how good these vaccines are and how safe, and also going to your doctor. So if you're with your newborn and things like that, you should be seeing your doctor every 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. We see you pretty frequently in those first couple of years, and we make sure that we get face-to-face time to remind you about these vaccines.
Dr. Maya Bass is our special guest here at the round table this morning. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:46. Again, Holden State at 67 degrees. Forgive me, Dr. Bass, for going back to the old days, if you will. But can you kind of share, based on your experience and the knowledge that you have, okay, people were getting their shots way back into the 70s compared to here in 2017. Has there been any measured, I guess, I'm trying to find the word. I'm trying to figure out if what we know back in the 70s is so outdated now compared to 2017. Were there a lot of unnecessary things or things that maybe we missed?
Well, the big difference is that now we're actually able to prevent a lot of childhood illnesses that we didn't know how to protect against before. So back in the 70s, I mean, actually, I think even as late as the 1980s, there was an outbreak of measles in Oklahoma that had 1 death. And prior to the measles, mumps, and rubella shot, we had somewhere around 400 to 500 deaths from those diseases that are now preventable, and we are starting to increase the amount of diseases we can protect against, like the chickenpox shot. That's a pretty new vaccine in the scheme of things, and now we're able to prevent against yet another childhood illness that was causing a lot of issues with children.
That's a great answer to a terrible question that I had, you know. I was just trying to figure out, are we much smarter today than we were back then? So thank you for salvaging that terrible question.
So we've heard a lot of the benefits of immunization. Is there ever a time where there would be an exception?
So Oklahoma does allow for exemptions. They actually have a form that you have to fill out and present to your school or daycare center. There's 3 groups of people that get exemptions. The first group are those that need a medical exemption. So those are kids that either have an allergy to the shot or become anaphylactic to specific things that are inside the shot. Specifically, the people with egg allergies have some vaccines they can't get. And then there's a group of people that have problems with their immune system, and so they're not allowed to get certain shots. And then the second group is the religious exemption. So if your religion dictates that you cannot have vaccinations, then you are allowed to have an exemption filled out and aren't required to get the vaccines. And then Oklahoma does allow for personal reasons exemption, and that's a lot more vague, but it basically is if a parent decides that they don't want certain vaccines for their child.
Or if you're allergic to needles or something like that, right? Is that
We use non-allergenic needles, so
I'm sorry.
nobody's allergic to our needles. We even use latex-free everything, so no excuses.
Sometimes it's the site of the needle that people are allergic to. Well, we've been talking this morning basically of kind of pre-K or elementary kids and all the way up to college students. Let's move the clock a little forward. There's a few of us in the room that may be over 30, but let's just say 50 and over. Are there adults, and we'll take that benchmark of 50 years of age and older, should they be concerned about any type of shots?
Yes,
Immunization
so
shot?
the yearly flu shot, definitely an important thing to get. You actually need a booster for your Tdap, your tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough shot. So that one you need every 10 years. And you actually might need it a little sooner if you become pregnant or get a cut from a metal object. Or if you're going to be around a newborn infant, you got to make sure that you're up to date on that booster because they can't be protected against whooping cough. So you want to make sure you're protected. And then there's the pneumonia shot. So definitely important to talk to your doctor. Certain medical conditions require you to get the pneumonia shot before age 65, but everyone should be getting it after the age of 65. And then the last one is the zoster vaccine. So zoster is a fancy word for shingles, and so you can get that shingles vaccine over the age of 60.
Okay.
So one quick question before we move on to the next thing. Following up with Steve's question, I know that he asked that information right now, but normally as an adult, you don't go to the doctor every day. So how, besides being interested in finding out what we need as adults regarding immunizations, is there anything else? Is there anything that's out there that can help us get that information?
So yeah, that information is all on the CDC website, cdc.gov. They have a great chart about adult vaccines and what you should be getting. And it is something that I really ask my patients, you know, if they're up to date on their shots, when you see them for your annual wellness visit, it's a great time to make sure that everything's up to date.
Good job. Well, we got to move on to the next thing. Dr. Bass, you are a wealth of information.
Thank you.
So, very good. And they can find Dr. Maya Bass at Great Plains. Is it Health Center?
Great Salt Plains Health Center,
okay,
right down on South 30th Street.
Okay, very good. Thanks for being with us at the round table today. Very, very informative. It's 7:51 as we move along here on Good Morning Enid. School is in session in different parts of the state. Enid's going to start school here real soon. We have this little reminder about school zones.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Eric Reddick, Enid Police Department, Sergeant of the Traffic Division. It's school time again, which means you will probably be driving through a school zone during your day. Always observe the speed limit posted in a school zone, and watch out for children crossing the street. If a crossing guard enters a school crossing with his or her stop sign held up, be sure to stop. When you see a school bus turn on its flashing red lights and deploy its stop sign, traffic coming from both directions must stop. Remember especially to keep an eye out for children crossing the street. Let's make this a safe school year. Thank you.
A lot of great information. Thank you, Dr. Bass. And now it's time for some more information with our favorite guy, our famous bow tie.
In state news, the state superintendent declared Tuesday a joyful day after a criminal case against her and 4 other defendants was dismissed. And according to Tulsa World, Oklahoma could be in for its most crowded and entertaining governor's race in more than 30 years, with 12 people registering for their gubernatorial campaigns. In local news, Enid City Commission approved several ordinances for rezoning projects for Stonebridge East, an equipment storage yard, and Stewart Nissan car dealership. Middle Lake Golf Course will host the 44th annual Wheat Capital Golf Tournament this weekend. That's August 5th and 6th. And Enid Transit will feature Dog Days of Summer. Fun fact in Oklahoma, the first Boy Scout troop in the United States was formed in Pawhuska, Oklahoma in 1909. And on this day in history, in 1949, was the birth of the National Basketball Association. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Sarah.
Thank you very much, Derek. And that's our Oklahoma Quick Minute, I tell you. I'd like to remind you, if you're able to stay around at 8 o'clock this morning, had the opportunity to sit down and visit with Rumble of the Oklahoma City Thunder, there we go. But also had the opportunity to speak with Brian Burns. He's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing with the Thunder organization. And that visit will come up at 8 o'clock this morning. It was very enlightening about a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's a lot more to the Thunder than just running up and down the basketball court, and that's Brian Burns, and that's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Okay, refresh our memory about the 3-day forecast. I understand there's some rain in the forecast, Sarah?
Yes, there's definitely some rain, but there's also some cool weather. So as you can see, there it is. We're looking at some thunderstorms and cooler weather this weekend.
Very good. Again, thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid, 7:54. In case you missed Brooke earlier on the Enid Entertainment segment, we're going to bring her back for a return engagement just to keep us updated on all the happenings at the Central National Bank Center. Here's Brooke.
Tomorrow night, we have the Oak Ridge Boys with their celebration tour right here at the Central National Bank Center Arena. We're really excited to have this event, and we'll have a barbecue dinner before the show. If you don't have tickets, well, you're in luck because we still have tickets available for this event. Again, tomorrow night, 7:30, Oak Ridge Boys with their celebration tour. Now, looking further into the month, we have the Gala of the Royal Horses returning. Great family event on August 26th. We also have Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. That's also returning, and we have group discounts available for that event. Now, for a full list of all of our upcoming events, visit our website at cnbcenter.com. And tune into the local radio stations, visit our Facebook page, or go to our website to hear our latest announcement on Monday morning. Thanks, and back to you in the studio, Sarah and Steve.
It's 7:55 again. Thank you for joining us for show number 130, 131?
131, yes.
131. For 3.5 years, we've been coming to you live every Thursday morning, so thank you for joining us. Speaking of openings, if you will, school is in session. Sarah, it's just incredible that it's already August 3rd, and to me, the year really speeds up once we get to August. So here's the openings. Penn, thank you for putting that up there. Back to school, and or is that Thursday, the 10th? You see the schools that will open up, and Wacomas is one of those, and then Tuesday, the 15th, that school's open, and then closer to home, on Wednesday, the 16th, we have Chisholm, Enid Public Schools, and Oklahoma Bible Academy are opening up. So, well, it's time. You've got a special guest that you're going to talk to in just a moment or introduce to us, but before that, we'd like to remind you, you have the opportunity to give a pet a home. 249-4910 is the number to call. We have a little promotional video we want to show you, and thank you for all the adoptions that you're doing for us.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, and this is Russell. Russell's looking for a new home. At Eden Animal Control, we have lots of pets looking for a new home. Come visit us at 1200 South 10th Street.
Thank you, Charlotte, for joining us this morning. Here is Luna. She is a 5 months black in color lab hound mix. As you can see, she's very playful and very obedient puppy who is good on a leash and very, very friendly dog. As you can see, she's gorgeous. Cost to adopt cover spaying and rabies shot, and it goes from $90 to $125 to take her home.
I think Luna would be a good search dog because you notice how she's searching in that pocket of Charlotte. Undoubtedly, Charlotte's got something hid in that pocket or used to have something hid in that pocket. Okay, 249-4910 is give Luna a home. What a beautiful dog. Got white feet, white paws, I should say, I guess. Luna, you want to look this way? You got 10 seconds to look this way. What a cutie. 249-4910. Well, Sarah, Derek, did you have a good time this morning?
Yes.
Time goes quick, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, well, thanks for being here. And thank you for being here on Good Morning Enid. Make it a great day, everyone.